Every time that rises against Dorinda Medley shall fall. Let me start there.
Somebody didn't watch the Justin Bieber documentary on YouTube.
I love when Drake is present but very absent. That's kind of where he needs to be.
Every black girl needs a white girl they don't play about.
HAIM is single and so am I.
Look at you. You're number 7 in the world on Cameo.
A bachelorette, that's hard labor.
Because you find out someone is 22 and you're sick to your stomach.
It's like a mid-sized Kia sedan and then maybe some free minutes on your cell phone.
When a gay man says, I don't know who that is, it is shade.
Yet another episode sponsored by Big Artist Way. Do you notice anything different about me?
No.
I have a tan.
Oh. I guess.
You look just like Ariana Grande in that one screenshot of her from Fallon.
Squinting so
yeah,
hard. I mean,
yeah.
Maybe it's a screen, but okay, I see a little color.
Well,
come on, melanin.
I was in Costa Rica for a birthday trip for my friend. Then I was in LA for a bachelorette. And you already know people are in my DMs. You're always on vacation. You're always traveling. Da-da-da. No. A birthday trip? Work. A bachelorette?
Labor.
That's hard labor. Okay? I clocked in. And I haven't even clocked out yet. I had to work all week this week.
I was gonna say, I know your ass is overstimulated boots. I saw one video, I think I sent it to you, of like all the girls from The Bachelorette doing a dance, and then
in
Hunter's
matching
in the
pajamas,
corner, kind of
really
just
cute.
like looking frazzled, if you will. I was like, oh, she can't. She's not doing that 1-2 step. Not this time.
No, it was a bit much for me. Going from like just one set of women to like another set of women with simply a 6-hour flight and a dream in between. But it's so lovely to like meet your friends like that you don't know very well. And you're like, oh wait, you've like brought together such cool people. Like, wait, I kind of love us. Like, that's how I felt.
Oh, Ernesty.
I know. I'm talking to my
Freak.
therapist about getting better at like expressing my like affection and expressing my like how when I'm pleased with something. So I'm checking that off.
You're like,
the box for this week.
I only really know how to critique. You're like, critic at my core. What do you want me to do? Yeah.
Of course, like following that conversation, she was like, so you do that with people, in your life sometimes. And I'm like, yeah, but I've known these girls for like 15 years. Like that's
You're
why
like,
we're
so
able.
come on.
Yeah. We have a big foundation of this. And it was right after that therapy session that I listened to, guess what? The new HAIM single.
And we're going to get into that later. Don't you worry.
Yeah. How have you been?
Well, I've spent an extended amount of time with my mother, so I've been better. But I'm all right.
Don't throw Alicia under the bus. Speaking of hard labor,
Yeah.
she's been sentenced to a lifetime of appearing in your TikToks.
Absolutely. I'm getting this engagement off. I'm like, no, because this woman made too many comments about my body for 18 damn years. So we're going to get her to work. We're going to get
Only
some reparations
18?
in there. What?
Only 18?
No, she kept it 30, actually.
I was going to say, okay.
She has less things to say now, but she's had some things to say for a while. She's always had notes. Similar to you, she's a critic, She's a critic at her core. And a Scorpio in her bones.
Now I see like why our friendship works. It's all adding up. I'm doing some long division. It's making sense.
I did go from San Francisco to LA to be like, okay, we're going to take a breather. We're going to take 5 business days, all right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll link and build right back up. We're going to Hawaii, me and my family, which is a thing that we do.
Oh, she got money. Okay, White Lotus.
Hunter constantly accusing me of having financial security when really I just have student loans and a dream, okay? God forbid.
You have famous parents.
Student loans and a good heart, all right? Sure.
And many
lands
copies,
you in wealthy places, okay?
And many copies of The Artist Way. You have that too,
Yes.
Don't forget.
And a highlighter, okay? But that's what we're doing. And in order to survive that, I do have to take some time away. So I'm currently on my off days of being with my mother.
Well, Remy has been wondering when you're going to walk her. You've been watching Dodgers so much.
Yeah, I'm little white dog pilled. My mom's dog Dodger, who's like an old wizard in that tiny dog's little body. Unfortunately, walking a dog is like awesome. It's like the best high you can ever have. I'm like, one, you get so much attention. People love to say hi to you and your little dog. It's so fun to watch them play. And you feel so much, I'll tell you, less creepy when you're at the dog park and you have a dog with you. You're not just like observing.
Yeah, well, I would not do that, obviously. But it is like the perfect like hot girl walk plus coffee walk plus
For
like
sure.
Carrie Bradshaw walking down the street, talking on the phone walk, plus like mental health walk.
Yeah, mostly that right now for me.
Yeah.
Mostly the latter.
Yeah. Well, what's on the docket this? I always say that like I don't like I
What's
didn't
on the docket?
plan.
Are we on a Zoom call? What the fuck?
Oh, sorry. I've been watching a lot of The Pit. So, they do so much ketamine on The Pit.
You got pit pilled, huh? They got you?
I'm very pit pilled. I'm pit
Okay.
can't make it happen.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
this week we're talking about the Traitors finale and reunion. And then, of course, the new HAIM song, Hello. And Scarlett Johansson always shaking the table with that brain of hers and
We can
that
always
mouth.
count on her.
So, wait, let me just say this. Are you looking for a home for your worst opinions?
Are you a hater first, but a lover of pop culture second? Consider this a glorified group chat, but we're not calling you in. No. Wait.
Oh, we are calling you in, actually.
We are calling you in. But we're not calling you out. No. We're calling you in. This is a safe space.
To talk shit.
But, of course, from Wondery, I'm Peyton Dix.
And I'm Hunter Harris.
And this is Let Me Say This.
Let me say this.
Let me say this.
Let me say this. Let me say this.
Well, we're back here again.
I'm so excited.
Oh, thank God, actually. Okay, so you're all caught up, right? Traitors finale, Traitors reunion.
Mostly. I think I have like 10 minutes left of the reunion.
Well, you got it all.
Yeah,
You didn't miss much. But we have to get into, okay, first, our final four. God, I love talking about the Traitors. Okay, final four, Ivar, Dylan, Dolores, Cheekbones, and Gabby. 4 people. First of all, I'm curious your opinion on the winners themselves and then how it all played out in terms of kicking out, what was her name? She was so annoying. Danielle, and then kicking out Brittany, and then getting to the final 4.
Yeah. Final 4 I thought was fine. Honestly, after the round table with Brittany like fighting for her life, I was like, I don't really care what happens after this. Like, whatever. Good guys win. Who cares? But Danielle, like, choosing to recruit Brittany and then Brittany having to turn around and kind of stab her in the back. Honestly, not even really a stab, more like a light push off of a cliff. I was like, girl, see, when you do clownery, the clown comes back to bite. Like,
that's what I always say.
Like, oh my God, Danielle, are you dumb? Why would you do that?
Well, yes, I
actually very that.
Actually, yes. But the thing that white women are going to do at the end of the day is act like white women. So putting your trust in them, baby. I mean, okay, I will say every black girl needs a white girl they don't play about.
Yeah.
Hilton Dresden, get behind me, all right? But like, Brittany was not that girl for you.
No.
And I don't even understand, like, they didn't build that relationship up even enough for me to be convinced that, like, they had to even make that alliance and that alliance was even that smart.
Well, okay.
In terms of going to the end.
I disagree. I think that they did really seed the emotion and like closeness between Brittany and Danielle from episode 1 when Danielle was like, oh, I see that Brittany is here. And we had a really big falling out after we were supposed to like go all the way together in some big brother thing.
Yeah.
And that was like
reindeer games.
Yeah. She's what girl, what
Whatever
does that
that
mean?
is.
I'm grown. I don't know what reindeer games means.
Okay, Rudolph. Yeah.
But that she, when she was entering the house, was like, are Brittany and I going to be close, or am I going to still hold a grudge? And you could see that Danielle wanted to be close to her and play with her, but couldn't. So, at the end of the day, it's like the day going in, girl, I'm here to play a game. Like, if Brittany has to sell out Danielle, then that's what she has to do because she's a gamer.
Did you think it was even smart of her to recruit her though?
No, obviously not. And obviously Brittany felt the same because when she got the recruitment letter, she was like, it would be really dumb if Danielle is a traitor and she wants to recruit me because that's so obvious. Danielle should have, honestly, she should have recruited, she should have recruited Gabby.
Who should she recruit?
Because I think if she tried to recruit Dylan, he was like too faithful. Just like Pilot Pete, he would have just been a martyr, which honestly would have also worked in her favor though.
Or I would have nominated Ivar because I feel like Dolores had that random gun at his head.
Girl, Ivar
through and through, get him out. I think she just didn't even like Ivar. She was like, just get him out of here.
Ivar, who I think Ivar didn't know he was on a reality show half the time. He thought he was just at a rich friend's house. He's like, who are all these poor people around? Oh, girl, let me hold my nose.
I don't know any of y'all.
I also have to say, my favorite scene this entire season of Traitors was on that one, my favorite challenge too, when they're doing the reverse, like singing for the nursery rhymes. And Tom Sandoval is like, "Ah, nah, 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 nah," and he looks at Ivor. He's like, "Ivor, come on, get over here. You hold the phone for me." And then Alan Cumming looks at him and is like, "Ivor, what are you doing?" And Ivor's like, he just told me to. And Alan is like, "No,
Sorry.
be your own man, Ivor. Like, go back in the house."
No. Honestly, that was like top 3 Traitors scenes. Honestly, maybe ever for me. Like when it cuts
Haven't you
to
only seen a
Sam,
season and a half?
a season, 2 seasons.
Oh, okay.
I skipped the first one, and people got mad at me for that too. People love to be mad at me.
You hate to see
But
a black woman win.
I'm so sorry. I'm always trying to root for a traitor, but I did not want Danielle to win. I'm glad that she got out, and I obviously didn't want Brittany to win either. Headband, girl, get that. What in the Forever 21 are we doing here? Oh my lord!
No, but
I was also kind of annoyed that it was four faithfuls. It seems like I kind of wanted them to vote one more time. Maybe get Ivar out. Maybe, Queen Cheekbones, but maybe Dolores.
No.
And then, I don't know. 4 people feels like a lot and not a great split, especially after taxes. Sorry.
Well, you already know what the winning pot is for Traitors. It's like a mid-sized Kia sedan and then maybe some free minutes on your cell phone.
And like an Allbirds brand deal. Like it's it's like so like what?
Not even an Allbirds brand deal. Just like a pair of Allbirds.
Yeah. You get like a 10% kickback from like if you use code like Gabby or whatever the fuck. Yes. Oh my God. Yeah, no real money in that, obviously.
But I do want to say though that the poetic justice of Danielle playing like the most annoying, like really frustrating game, and then her making a clearly terrible decision to recruit Brittany, and then Brittany having to vote her to evict her. I was like, girl, you get what you paid for. Like, and that's about right. That's kind of the most glorious arc of the whole entire season to me. But
I want to ask you what you thought about the Traitors gameplay in general. So not just Danielle or Brittany, but like, let's do all the Traitors. So like, or who do you think was the best? We had Bob the drag queen was a traitor. Mm-hmm. Rob from Survivor, sexy Boston Rob. And then, Brittany, Danielle, and who was the last one?
Carolyn. Carolyn with that neck tattoo. How could you see? And that's what she always says, that no one listens to her. And look at you. Yeah. Okay. I think Carolyn was playing the best game, although her getting evicted or her getting found out was honestly, that was a mistake. That was like her mistake that she made whenever they were playing the chess game, and she had been like getting a little bit too many answers right because the Traitors had like chosen the correct answers. So that was
she
her
set
fault.
herself up. She walked right into that.
She did. She said, honestly, Danielle set up a trap for her and she walked right into it. But I think Boston Rob was also playing a good game, but he came out a little bit too, once you turn on the Traitors and then people are like, well, how are you so confident? Because you have to be a traitor. I think if he'd played that game a little later when there weren't so many other like gamers in the game, it might have worked out in his favor more. Bob the drag queen, even at the reunion when they're like, you were a terrible traitor, and he's like, well, I wanted to be loud. Well, that doesn't help. And that's what I was getting on with him at the reunion too. Also because of course he raised his tongue against my Shayla Dorinda.
Oh, well, we will get to that. But okay, I will say to wrap us out on the Traitors gameplay, I would say Carolyn, again, before that, definitely had one of the best plays, but not Bob. I keep mixing up the names. Rob was so good, and I love a top and a bottom dynamic, aka I love him and I love Dylan Efron. And their little bromance, first of all, I would like to see it, okay? If you, listen, leak the tapes. But I just love the way that he kind of like put him under his wing, and Dylan like to this day, to the reunion was like, I mean, that's my guy. I would do it for him again and again and again. I don't care. Like, I love that dynamic. It was smart.
Yes, and also because Boston Rob kind of plays the same like note every single game that he's in, which is like he has someone who like the same kind of top and bottom dynamic, someone that will take to the end, and then eventually, if push comes to shove, he'll shove.
He'll have,
and it works. And it works.
Sometimes you gotta shove. Okay, well, let's talk about the reunion, and let's talk about the Dorinda Bob moment. Who do you think was taking that little what would you even call that? That was such a forced beef to me, of Dorinda saying, Bob, you're telling the press. I love when people summon the press. Like, you don't know who I am. And now you're saying I was mad? I wasn't mad. I was like, what, Dorinda?
No. How
What are we
dare
doing?
you? Every time that rises
What are
against Dorinda Medley shall fall. Let me start there.
Oh, me taking my tongue immediately in.
It's like your tongue disappears.
Yeah.
No, first of all, it felt like Dorinda, it shouldn't have been such a big thing. She was like, I didn't like that you were talking about me, that you were like, I don't know who she is, da da da. Like, that's just like bad coworker, courtesy. It's like, whatever. I don't know. And then I think Bob was like trying to like clap back at her, like make it into a bigger thing. And it's like, just say, you know what, I feel differently, but whatever, and move along. Because it wasn't an encounter that I felt like Bob was really winning. He just kept talking louder and talking over her.
Yeah.
And she wasn't really like fighting back either. She was just like, can you just listen and like apologize, basically? It felt honestly very similar to the Carolyn Danielle dynamic, where Carolyn was just kind of like repeating the same thing, and Danielle just like kept not trying to like address it. Does that make any sense? I felt bad for Carolyn.
Well, me too about Carolyn, but I didn't think anyone was winning between Bob and Dorinda. I don't like when a white woman talks over me in general, so I will say that, and I do think Bob let her say her little piece. But something we have to acknowledge, because we know someone named Michael Cuby.
Oh.
We know too many gay men. We live in Brooklyn, okay? When a gay man says, I don't know who that is, it is shade. It is not like, oh, it's just a fact. No. If because I'm not going to say names, but when Michael was like, our good friend, our bitchy friend Michael was like, oh, I don't know who that is, about Redacted. Do you remember? Exactly.
Yes.
So know that when a gay man says he doesn't know you, that it is filled with shade.
Because it's like, there's a way to say, oh, I don't know them. And they're just like, I don't know them. Like shank out. Like, how dare you even, well, we're about to get to Scarlett Johansson. I don't want to be identified as being this time and place with you.
But yeah, Carolyn, I mean, I hope she's well. She's my sensitive sweetheart, my neck tat princessa.
Yeah.
That was
number 7 in the world on Cameo.
No, okay. I'm sorry. I audibly laughed when I heard, wait, who was it? No, not Dorinda.
No, I think it was Gabby.
Dolores.
Oh,
Dolores said they're all trying to console
Carolyn.
I can't remember these white people's names. They're all trying to console Carolyn. And in the earnesty of her big, big heart, Dolores looks at her and says, look at you. You're number 7 in the world on Cameo. I'll kill myself. If the one thing you have to say to positively affirm me is that I'm ranked in the top 10 in the world on Cameo.
Isn't Cameo like famously a failing business right now? Like, it really felt like a gun was out. But I wanted to stop at Dolores for a second, because Andy being like, Dolores, you're so good at like, figuring out liars, whatever. Like, you're so good on Housewives. And yet on this program, you voted incorrectly, like almost every vote. And of course, like her and Tom Sandoval, them both voting for each other in so many, just throwing away their vote just to like be mean to one another was so funny. Also, the titties at that reunion, my God. I mean, I appreciate a woman's body. I am a feminist first, second, and fourth, not third. But the amount of racks on that, I was like, Dolores, baby, your titties are, your nipple is at your chin. My God. The push-up, the Skims were working overtime on that reunion. Everyone's titties were sitting. Everyone had cleavage. Bob, TDQ.
Bob?
I love Bob TDQ. I love that. How many couples in Borum Hill or Greenpoint are going to be Sierra and Boston Rob for Halloween?
Hopefully none. If it's up to me. No more interracial dating. I'm kidding. Bed started shaking right now. I'm sorry. I'm kidding. I think let's leave that alone.
No,
I think, the couple I want to see. No.
I love them together.
I want to see Boston Rob with his little backwards hat, and I want to see Dylan cosplay.
Yeah.
And I want to see it in Williamsburg. And I will.
It's
every
probably
single
there
day.
right now if you go take a long walk.
It's there right now. It's active. Yeah. I was so charmed by Rob, but really, the real queen of the season. My God, there's always a breakout star, of course. Gaggy, my queen, my lesbian queen. And here's what I want to say. I want this on the record, because she did this post-interview show on Watch What Happens Live. And she had said her Housewives tagline would be, quick to cut people off, but I love to scissor. I think we need Gaggy more than ever right now. The lesbian community is riding on her, specifically the lipstick lesbian community. We've had a lot of bad press these days. We've had a lot of bad PR. I don't even know if I identify as a femme-ish. Right now I'm giving it, I guess. But like the masks have been taking too much away. The toxic masks. No, your time is done. The femme queens are here and we're here to stay, and Gabby is doing that for us. So this is just a public thank you for representation.
Well, what about Cynthia Erivo?
What about her?
Isn't she part of that same conversation? She wears lipstick.
Bitch. I hate how straight you are. It's a prison. For me. Not for you, for me. I'm in the cell. I'm behind bars.
I was joking. I just wanted to see what you'd say. Okay.
But I love her, and I love her being on that damn show being like, cash me my check, Andy. Run me my money.
Very important
Bravo.
question. Who do we want to see on the next season of The Traitors? I have a long list. You can tell I had a coffee today.
Oh my God. Oh, they love when you have a coffee. You go first, actually. I really, to be honest, I know we said we were going to talk about this, and I didn't think about it.
Number 1, Ramona Singer. Obviously. Hello.
Obviously.
Number 2, Kelly Ben-Simone. The true like cuckoo bird of Bravo. Nene Leakes. I will always advocate for a job for my sister Nene Leakes, of course. Okay, this one's a little bit random, but the actress / comedian Martha Kelly, she's that woman from Euphoria, and also she was in Marriage Story, and she's like very like uptight, but very like awkward, like super dry humor. If you know, you know. Also, speaking of comedians, Tim Robinson. That would be amazing. Have to go give it to my girl, Club Chalamet.
Oh my God.
Oh, the woman that tweeted the horny Beto tweet in like 2017. Do you remember that horny Beto tweet? The one about Beto O'Rourke looks like he's going to make you come till your calves cramp.
We're never getting paid sponsorships, just by the way.
Well, anyway, she lives forever in my heart, that woman. And then also iconic friend of Roni, Barb the Builder. She would shake the table with her little tool bag in tow.
I love everything you just said, and I love that all of it went right over my head. But if you like it, I love it, and I am an ally.
You don't have anyone to add? Ugh,
I honestly didn't even think
Oh, Lunel. I would love to see Lunel in The Traitors.
Would love to see. Well, okay, actually, what's the qualifications of a traitor? Do you have to have been on like a reality show in order to be on it?
Not according to me.
Oh, well, I guess Dylan Efron. What the hell? I don't know. He did that documentary with his brother, I guess.
Yeah, so did a lot of people.
Oh, and that's that. And that's what you missed on
Glee.
Glee.
That was so mean. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I love him.
You sound like Bob the drag queen being like, and your brother can't act. Like, my God, nasty.
I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it.
Nasty.
What?
If I don't laugh, I'll just cry.
Let me tell you about how God's timing is always right.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Yeah,
Amen.
duh. Hello. HAIM is single and so am I.
The collective HAIM, all three. I was like, I guess we can't talk about HAIM's new song relationships without technically hard launching our breakups. We're just getting ahead of
that's how you got in trouble
narrative.
the first time. I'm not going to hard launch anything. I'm not going to soft launch anything. All I can do is be me.
You brought a gun to a knife fight. Continue. You know one of us is a lesbian, okay? One of us is fragile, right? Oh my God.
No, why don't you artist your way out of this?
I can't. There's no solution for this. But there is this new song. HAIM will always get me together.
Talk about a white bitch you don't play about. Esty, Alana, Danielle.
You said I got 3.
Those are my girls. No,
Put
like
your Girl Scouts
we go
honor
together
down.
hard. Relationships. Oh
First
my
new
gosh.
track since when?
Since Women in Music Part 3.
Oh, it's been a minute.
Which no, that's not true. First new song since the Taylor Swift, when they were on the Taylor Swift album.
Well,
about
that
Esty
doesn't
being
count.
at Olive Garden. Many such cases.
Many such cases.
But I love it. I would love it if
love
I weren't going through a breakup, but I love it even more because I am.
I love when that happens to me. I once went through a breakup and Control came out. And it was
wow.
It was a bad breakup. And I said, I think I was with you. We went to the Control, remember?
Yes.
I broke up with my white rapper boyfriend.
Yes.
Shout out to Tyler, though. We loved him, actually. My parents loved him. And Hunter was like, I don't really know how to emotionally deal with this, but I'm going to the Control album release party. Do you want to come? And I said, yes, I'm on my way.
That was really an iconic night. And also, wow, it's like single cycles.
Single cycles?
Single cycles linking up can be so powerful.
Or
Like,
destructive, depending on who you ask. But depending on the day of the week.
It's about to be summer. I'm going to say powerful. That's my season. Emphasis on my season.
I was going to ask, what is your transition? Where are we blossoming into? We're blossoming into single girl summer? You and Danielle going to link and build?
Yeah, I would say so. I woke up, the single came out on Wednesday. I woke up 7:30 in the morning ready to press play. And then I watched the little single like trailer again, and it's like, oh, not till 2:30, bitch. I said, oh gosh. And I was like, I have to live a whole other day without this song, a whole morning and afternoon without this song. I mean, I guess I lived without it for long enough. But no.
I will say listening to it for the first time was me walking around LA, and it was finally sunny for the first time in days. And I was like, I've got this actually. Like, girl, who's gonna be fucking okay.
Yeah.
20 minutes later, the wind blows me off. I'm like, it's freezing. I'm not properly dressed. Like, it was like, okay, girl who's gonna eventually make her way to thinking about being okay. That's actually maybe more my path. But those first 3 minutes and those little steps in the sun, they were worth it. Love.
Like, I think I tweeted before the single came out when I was like listening to the same TikTok over and over again because I just already was obsessed. I need the HAIM single January 6th, Ali. And I stand by it, and I didn't need it that bad, actually.
You're storming Capitol Records.
It was giving Azealia Banks saying this is meth behavior. Is how bad I needed it.
You know, it's never a good sign though when 5, let's get that on both cameras, different people send you a HAIM breakup song and ask you okay?
Yeah.
Never a good sign.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm like not going single girl summer. I'm going like Bella Swan through the months of October, December. Summer. I'm wrapped up. I'm doing the artist way. I'm weeping and I'm inside.
Yeah, you lost me. You're speaking language I know not of. But okay, music video. People were thinking that it was Harris Dickinson, but it ended up being, what's his name? The boy from Queer.
Drew,
what's his name?
From Queer. Grow up. The boy from Outer Banks, you mean? Yeah, Pogue for life. P for L. Some respect.
Is this what it's like when I talk about the holy text, i.e., Real Housewives of
Real
New York?
Housewives? Absolutely. I'm talking about like a teen Netflix show. You don't want to see me when the summer I turn pretty comes back out.
Oh
okay?
my God, that's gonna shake the table. But okay, I thought he was cute. He's not my ministry, but if you like him, I love him.
And I love him. I think he's so sexy, and I didn't even see Queer yet. So like, imagine that. Yeah, I think he's so hot. He's really hot in Outer Banks, even though I'm like Googling. I'm at that age now where I'm like, before I start thirsting over boy, I do have to Google his age. Like, I'm 30 now. I can't just blindly
I'm at that age
stand.
now.
I'm up there.
It's so like black mom on the porch coded.
and in many ways, because you find out someone is 22 and you're sick to your stomach.
Yeah.
But I feel like the only reason I would want to be, besides the fact that I do have a voice of an angel, a singer, is so I can have a sexy music video where I cast like people I think are hot to play my lover.
And you know who is the number one video vixen?
Who?
Justin Bieber. Oh. He stays in a music video, girl. He stays on set for a music video.
The pop star music video. Anyone?
Oh.
That was more like this. Did you like what I did there with the mic? That was crazy.
No, that was
actually like, maybe there's a spin-off of this podcast and it's just me doing this.
No, not that. But yes, the pop star video, so good. I love when Drake is present but very absent. That's kind of where he needs to be. Was that almost a spit take? Organically? Yeah. Bitch,
yes,
you
but
missed
I was also
me.
trying
You
to cover
me bad.
The branded water bottle at the same time. But literally, Drake should be seen and not heard. No, heard and not seen. That's where I want it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's
and then
funny.
also Justin Bieber in the SZA music video.
Haley, girl, you are stronger than me.
Of course, Haley's stronger than you. They go together hard. They have a perfect relationship.
A perfect relationship? Somebody didn't watch the Justin Bieber documentary on YouTube. Clearly.
Anyway, this is what I want to say about HAIM. I love them. I think they're so talented. Everyone who knows me knows I am off book, been off book for Everyone a Music Part 2 song, or Part 3 song, excuse me. oh my God, All That Ever Mattered, Gasoline, obviously, Leaning on You, even Man from the Magazine, every song on that.
I get sad.
You know, I
do get sad.
Like that. Oh, what an artist. What artists. I'm obsessed.
I love them down. If we had to pick who is who of the sisters?
Well, we already played this game and we know who's who.
Well, why don't you say it on the mic?
Okay, you get to be SD.
Yeah.
And I'm jealous because I wanted that, but you would.
You wanted that role?
Yeah.
You wanted the book?
Yeah, I did. But then it's like, no, that's so you. That's so you. I'm Danielle. And we don't have Alana. Oh, Michael's kind of an Alana.
Throw him in there. Fuck it.
Yeah, like that's
we're
Michael.
the HAIM sisters of Brooklyn.
I love them. I profiled them for Vulture in 2020, and it was like the most like lovely, interesting conversation. I think they're so smart about music. I think they're doing stuff that is like, it's easier to be like Gracie Abrams, and they are like in their own lane all the time. I'm like, there's a reason why they open for Beyonce at Coachella, and that is called powerful. That's called linking and building.
Were you setting me up to tell my Coachella story?
I know it's going to happen inevitably. You're going to talk about having a dance background, talk about being a Nepo baby, and talk about going to Coachella.
6, 7, 8. I mean, why not? If you're putting it right there, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it right in. Because I will say, I saw HAIM in LA at this like special LA show with our friend JoJo, and the vibes were off. Wait, it was bad.
You saw HAIM with JoJo?
Yeah.
I saw HAIM with JoJo. I got an Amex card so I could get the HAIM pre-sale. That's how much I love my girls.
Wait, what? No, she just had an extra ticket and she was like, it was like a special small LA show at a random venue. And the audience there, not the vibe. I mean, I know they're white girls, but there are too many white people, and I like just know that wasn't okay. I expected to see a little bit more of like, oh, there's one black girl from private school that but I saw them then and I didn't really love it, ironically. I think they were just matching the audience's energy. And then I saw them at Coachella, and I specifically saw them, I wanted to go see them, and I was with my friend Zuri, and her boyfriend at the time was in Brockhampton, it's a very like not punk, but like raucous group of boys. And I didn't want to go alone, so I was like, can you guys come with me? And they were like, we don't know who these white girls are. Like, what the fuck? And I was like, no, like, come on, it'll be great. We go out. When I tell you, they started a mosh pit to HAIM. And like, HAIM actually does need to be listened to, like thrusting and throwing your body in every single way. And that's how you should be listening to relationships. You should be either walking down the street in LA crying, or you need to be like throwing your body and pushing people all over the place.
I love your long-winded ass.
Punk rock.
I love it. I love it. That story took 12 hours. The album's out now, actually. I'm just waiting for that story. No, I'm joking. But I love them. I'm going to listen to it right now.
For the people listening and not watching, Hunter, when me telling that story, Hunter fully rolling her finger around being like, wrap it the fuck up, bitch. I don't want to hear this goddamn Coachella
We're
trip.
listening to the story and you're explaining who Brockhampton is. Like, this can't be
know.
necessary.
Some people have fully developed brains that listen to this podcast, okay?
Okay, I got to go listen to relationships again. Sorry.
Yeah. Let's lock in.
There's one woman in Hollywood, only one, that can be counted on nonstop drama, nonstop something crazy that she has to say.
I actually think there's about 5.
No,
continue.
not to this woman's degree.
That's fair.
Scarlett Johansson, hello. She's always in something.
Always in some mess.
And in a way that I'm like, what are you going to do?
I just shrug at this point.
You can really like set your clock by it. Scarlett Johansson has said something just either so strange or so utterly like, huh?
Yeah. I'm like, oh, it's daylight savings. Oh, it's time.
Yeah.
Set your clock back and get ready.
Let me tell you what she said lately.
Okay.
She is on the cover of In Style, I believe, and it's like a conversation about like, you know, being famous for so long and seeing fans out and about. And, you know, she really does have like 4 quadrant appeal. She's done high, low, huge movies, tiny movies. She had that one EP. She's been around the block. She said, quote, regarding not taking photos with fans, "It really offends a lot of people. It doesn't mean I'm not appreciative, of course, that people or fans are happy to see me. But I always say to people, I'm not working. And that means I don't want to be identified as being in this time and place with you. I'm doing my own thing. I like to be in my own thoughts that have nothing to do with what other people think of me. I don't like being self-conscious.
I don't want to be identified as being in this time and place with you. If I had a nickel.
No, that's like what I say when someone like posts a photo of me on Instagram stories, and it's like, wait, I didn't say you should post that one. That's not the one that looks good.
Removing this from my profile.
Like,
yeah.
close, like 100% when I'm untagging myself from like a shared photo, and I was like, I don't need to be identified as being this time and place with you. I also want to say a runner-up though is I don't like being self-conscious. It's like, yeah, no one does.
You and me both, sister.
That's so like something a high school senior says, and it's like, yeah, duh.
Hear me out. She should start the artist's way. I'm like, well,
Oh,
if you want to work through that, I have a book for you.
Yet another episode sponsored by Big Artist Way. But yeah, she's known for saying stuff like this. Like she's known for saying either really bizarre non sequiturs or like strange, passionate defenses of stuff that like
of being Asian,
or that she should play any person, place, tree,
or thing,
animal. Yeah, like girl, that's the
any
way.
noun available. You should be able to play it.
She's a little bit like Adrian Brody, Act Your Brain, where it's like, oh, you're just like talking. Like you are just saying something.
You're just kind of letting it come to you as you speak out loud on the record.
Yeah.
But I want to hear your opinion about just like celebrities taking photos with fans.
Oh, I don't know.
Like, do you agree with that? I mean, it feels very chaperone to me, like that whole, like, her pissing off her fans by not wanting to, like, actively engage with them. I will say, like, quote, hilarious, but I agree with it. I feel like it sounds like if I had to take a selfie every time I walked out of my house looking busted as absolute fuck in my little sweats and tank trying to get a triple shot latte, I would have suicidal ideations.
Do you drink a triple shot latte? I thought you all have, like, the milk with a little dash of coffee in it.
Because there's so much milk, it needs a little bit more caffeine. So I get a triple shot now.
No, I don't have any. The chaperone thing, it's just like the way that she was talking about it was so, it just felt a little bit like harsh for something that she was like making it something more personal, which is just like a growing pain of like being famous, I think. But no, I feel like, of course, no one is like entitled to taking a photo with you, no matter how many of their movies they have or how many of your albums they've bought or any of that stuff.
If I was famous, I would be like, take a selfie. Wait, can I see it? Every time. I would start to piss them back off and be like, no, delete that one. Wait, no, favorite that one. That one's nice.
Yeah, I think there's also like a way to be like, I'm not taking photos right now. And then that's like a final answer. And like the negotiator, like, well, what if it's a no? It's a no. But just the way that she describes it as if she's like an undercover FBI agent, as if she is actively like phone being tapped by like Gene Hackman in the conversation. Like she is saying it as if she's like three girls in a trench coat, like stacked on top of one another. It's like, wait.
And in many ways, that's how she acts. It's like three women.
But then again, this quote is funnier than anything Colin Jost has ever said.
And say that.
So I'll give it to her.
I'll say that. He should take some notes. White women will always consistently give us good quotes. I mean, this is my white women get behind me, Gwyneth Paltrow, mother to many, mother to me, when she said, I am who I am. I can't pretend to be someone who makes $25,000 a year. And then also forgets all of her co-stars left and right. Like, that is my sister. That's my sister. That's my queen. She just says it like it is. She's like, I'm rich. What do you want me to do about it?
And I'm sure, I know you feel seen by that as a fellow Nepo baby. I'm going to say mine is the Lena Dunham apology, which I can't remember what she was apologizing for, but she said, quote, my words were spoken from a sort of delusional girl persona I often inhabit. Many such cases.
Yes. And let's round ourselves out with one of the holy texts, Kim Cattrall.
Yes.
6, 7, 8. I don't want to be in a situation for even an hour where I'm not enjoying myself.
And it's funny that the photo of her is so like...
her post-scatting with her husband. Give it up for the white women. Someone has to. And it's us. 2 Black girls.
Well, is that it for this week? Yeah.
Thank God, actually. We covered a lot of ground here.
As usual, we are 2 online, so you don't have to be.
Ooh, Hunter, you took my line. I like that.
I did. I'm off book.
Well, this is still a call to action to get at least Gaggy on the podcast. Who else did we want on the podcast?
I'll tell you who I want. I want Adrian Brody.
I'll tell you who I don't want. Adrian Brody.
You don't want him doing an impression that's like so politically incorrect, but also so like
No.
odd to witness in person.
Get Scarlett on here first. Good God.
Let me say